Law, you are the button king, bro.
What happened?
I gotta catch up. Here we go.
He said, "Here we go." I said, "All right, let me hit it."
Final word.
Hit it one more time. That here we go is go.
Yes! Here we go! Here we go!
That's the perfect way to start
Yeah.
it. Hey, because we got our quarterback being named in the MVP conversation.
Nobody does it better.
Let's get it.
Man, I love that drop. Hey,
It's
Tuck.
the evil world we live in.
And we got Tuck in the building.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man? Long time, man. It's been a long time coming. You know, I still rock my final word hat at every game, man. They loving it.
Yo.
Like, what's the final word, man? You don't know what the final word is. You missing out, man. Got to question
Hey.
Cowboys fandom if you don't know what's really going on. So when you see that logo on that hat,
Hey, man, I got to pull
We undefeated when you wear that hat.
I was gonna bring that up, Law. I wasn't gonna bring that up, Law. See, you cursed it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness!
Man, let me put up J-Tuck because we got to show this, man.
They never would be.
I love that drop. The final word. Hold on, let me see, man. Let me pull
I'm button happy now. You shouldn't have hyped me up.
Hey, dog, bro, you deserve it, man. You been on your button game. I got to catch up, big dog.
Man, there's a few more that I want to load up over here. Let's go.
Yeah, man. And I'm excited to hear from you boys. Like, you know, obviously, Tuck, we want to get your commentary, obviously, from this Giants game. And then, obviously, Law, and we gonna just go from there, man. But I'm trying to pull up this picture of you with this final word with Dez. I don't know why I ain't pull that. Man, where is that? I'm on your Twitter. I don't see it, Tuck. Just send it to me. Send it to me.
Tuck the legend.
Oh, okay.
Let
I
me
hear
see.
OC in the back.
Yeah, man. You know, you need to pull up some of my tweets. I'm getting tired of all this. Everybody else tweets. You don't use my tweets.
You ain't
I'm
got
the
to fuss.
co-host.
You ain't got to fuss with me, dog. You can say it at a calm tone, bro. You gonna get the
Okay,
same
all right. I'm
results,
sorry.
bro.
I'm
Talking
sorry.
to me with
you want me to text it to you, boss?
I just had an energy drink, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, you had
Okay.
an energy drink. You too pumped
You
up,
did.
bro.
Oh, DM it to him, huh?
You all pumped up, going bad on you.
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Okay. I got
Y'all get up in here. Get up in here and hit that like, share this content.
Man, get
them likes up already.
Let's go. Get up in.
We got
there,
legends
man.
up in here, man.
We got legends, man. We got the OC.
Media
We
in the
got Tuck.
building.
We got Law 100K. Law finna be at the 200K. Y'all keep on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100. That's old news for Law, man. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Platinum plaques.
Platinum plaques, man. Man, if I can only catch up to my dog Law, man. By the time I get
Man,
up to
you
100K,
there?
he
Y'all
gonna be at
are
$1 million.
already there, man. Shoot, y'all there.
We trying, bro. We trying.
Yeah, man.
We trying, man. You gonna have me looking like the Popeyes lady. Trying to keep up with Law ass, man. Every time I try to keep up with Law content, man, I be burnt out.
Nah, you can't.
Loving that chicken from Popeyes.
I can't even do it, man. It's about 20 laws. It be, drop video release.
I got one in storage now, you know.
Say, man, I can't even say, listen, I'm trying to
schedule releases.
see, listen. So y'all already know. We gotta come through the tunnel.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. What? Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Man, so man, first, man, my boy was not lying. Did he tell any lies? Did he tell any lies?
Yeah.
Did he tell any lies about how he show up to them games, bro? Kick it off, Tuck.
The final word, man. There we go.
Yeah, you know, represent, man, putting that final word on a bigger platform, man. Salute to my guy, Des Bryant, High Point Media, man, like someone who really believes in what we do in this new media content space. So we working on a lot of good things just for fantasy football, but most importantly, Cowboys Nation. And to be honest with y'all, it was surreal, you know what I'm saying? Because Dez is like an idol in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't got into street fights over Dez. I threw up the X at my wedding. I had on Dez Bryant socks at my wedding. Like, it's that type of love when it comes to Dez. And, you know, it was a situation where at the tailgate, and if Cowboys Nation, if you were in Dallas, even if you're not going to the games, right? If you can't go to the games, go to 1010 North Collins. It's across from the stadium. It's one of the best tailgating experiences out there, man. I had a blast. I was having so much fun. I almost forgot to go to the damn game. That's how much fun. I was out there kicking it hard. But it was a surreal feeling, like there's a crowd of people. And when I tell y'all, we've all been at events, right? You kind of have the players kind of off to themselves. They might be sitting at a table or something. You might get a ticket, say hi, give you a little pat on the back, take a quick photo, and move you down the line. But Dez really just walked through a crowd of people, man, stopping, shook every hand, signed every autograph, took every photo he can. It was incredible to see and inspiring to see. And the most inspiring part to me was he was walking through the crowd of people, and I was kind of over by the side, and he walked those people and pointed to me. He was like, "Yo, Tuck," and he walked through them all, came to me, gave me a pound, gave me a hug, man, and put his arm around me, like, "Let's go get something to drink." He's like, "Cowboys Nation, this is new media right here. He got y'all." And like, man, when I tell that, y'all, that lit a damn fire under me, bro. I was ready to go, man. I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But it's important that people are recognizing what we do in this content space, and to have someone like Dez Bryant, who's so influential, believe in us and giving us more opportunities, man. It's up from here, man. So I tell people, if you didn't like us before, we damn sure about to give y'all a reason to hate us now, because it's up from here. So
yeah, it is.
Yes,
and
indeed.
also,
so you can tell me now, Jay Tuck, is he a clear drinker or a brown drinker now? You know,
he had brown. He had brown. Yeah, he brown. I'm clear. I'm clear.
He one of my homies now. Yeah,
yeah, man. But I mean, they had everything, man. The radio station down there. You know, was it K104? Is that the radio station?
K104.
Yeah, K104 was out there DJing. Baby was out there.
Baby.
Yeah, they was all out there, man. Got to do a little radio spot for them. I mean, the food, everything was out there, man. It's a good experience for kids, like everybody. Like he was playing, you know what I'm saying? They had beer pong, they had music, they had catered food. And the thing that I love about it the most, salute to my guy Kevin, is that there was a few businesses in Dallas that were going out of business. They just couldn't get enough business from catering aspect. They said, "No, I got y'all. How much y'all need?" And so they're catering a lot of the barbecue and food in on Sundays for the game days to keep their local business afloat, man. So it's just all love. It's an eye-opening experience, and I definitely love being out there, man. And Thanksgiving, I'll probably be back out there, but most importantly, when we play them Eagles, we gonna be in the building.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna let everybody know it ain't gonna be. Well, it might be a watch party on Eagles week, but I'm gonna definitely be out there with my boys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
bring my squad with me, man. I gotta bring my team with me up, man, because I just think, you know, people are seeing what we do. You know, people are seeing what we do. And here's the crazy part. You know, a lot of people are recognizing me when I was out the tailgate, you know, coming to me for pictures. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows that the footprint that we lay, you know, in our community, man, is definitely being noticed. So I'm appreciative of all of it.
Nah, man, and we all proud of you, Tuck, with the moves you making, man, and the collab that you're doing with Dez Bryant. Because I heard somebody from the fans say, who would be somebody that would be the best person to do a collab with on a podcast? I think it's Dez. I really do.
Yeah.
I think you and Dez finna make a lot of noise, bro.
Yeah, and Dez is just like us, man. You know, a lot, and I think that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, even though he did so many great things in his football career, you know, where Dez really left his imprint in Dallas was off the field. Like, I used to have homeboys be like, "Yo, I'm here at Lifetime Fitness hooping with." I'm like, why is Dez hooping with y'all at Light? You know what I'm saying? But he was always just outside amongst the people, and I think that's the thing that brings the importance with us too. We always outside with y'all. We on Twitter, we at games and law at camp, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we always outside with our people, and I think that's something that Dez has really taught me. But speaking of, you know, shows, he has a show this Friday on High Point. Definitely give them a follow. It's going to be Dez Bryant and CeeDee Lamb, you know, talking about, you know, that big 88 energy, man. So you just got to tune into High Point Personal Corner. We're doing a lot of incredible things. We're kind of at the ground roots right now, but I guarantee y'all here in a few weeks, we about to turn up and go crazy.
Let me show that fly before we kind of get to the content that we got to talk about today. I just want to kind of give it its proper advertising. So you got J Tuck already with 288s, man. Y'all clap it up. Come on now, clap it up. Come on now.
Let's go, man.
Clap it up.
Let's go.
But that's also what frustrates me. I ain't even lie, man. What frustrates me when people say and believe that their voices don't matter. See, that's what, you know, it's like, just go look at what Tuck is doing and go look at, you know, it's like, bro, if you can't see that Law moving the nation, Tuck moving the nation, I'm moving the nation, OC moving the nation, bro, Big is moving the nation, bro, like, no, this is real deal, bro. It's a whole lot of people in this space that's moving stuff. And for the right reasons. That's the most important thing. It's the right reasons. We trying to win, so we are very aggressive about ideas to win. But before we get into that,
let me say one more thing though. And shout out to J Tuck and shout out to Dez Bryant, because I'm hearing and I'm seeing that not only that they are doing that, they are giving away giveaways. 4 tickets to the game for someone who's never been.
Yeah, so I gave away 6 tickets with the other nights. We went quick for the Eagles game. Micah Parsons, they went quick, man. You know what I'm saying?
And boy, letting them know, don't call me.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm
out.
My 6 are gone for the Eagles game. Micah Parsons is giving away 4 for the Thanksgiving game, and then Dez and Micah are going to play a Madden game. And if Dez loses, then he's giving away 2 sweet tickets for the Thanksgiving game, I think, to be in Dez's suite for the game and also come to the tailgate, man. So, you know, that's what a personal corner is really about, man. It's just connecting the athletes and the fans closer together than ever before, because a lot of people that don't understand it, like, these are just human beings just like us. They just play sports at a high level, but they like to do a lot of the same things that we like to do. We like to play Madden, we like to play video games, drink brown, you know what I'm saying, with Law, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like they're really down to earth and they giving back. So it's empowering for me to give back, but not just, you know, us, man. Anybody give back, because when you're able to use your platform to uplift and change other people's lives, why not?
Why not? And that suite life, I'm gonna tell y'all, if you ever go to the Texas Stadium in the suite, it's a whole different environment. Your belly will not touch its back, because they gonna feed you. All of the food is nice and free, the liquor, all of that stuff. So if you get invited to that suite, woo, trust me, I've been there. You're gonna leave you with the wobbly knees.
and everything, every fork, every napkin, every cup gonna have a star on it too.
Star on it, plated. It ain't gonna be that plastic stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real stuff.
Now Jerry do it first class. He do first class. Like Jerry said, the goal is to be able to eat off the floor. He was not lying.
He wasn't lying.
He was telling the truth, man. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, bro, I'd rather be a loser with the Dallas Cowboys than a winner with anybody else.
Right,
exactly.
For real. I know we all made fun of Jerry and his McGriddle at camp. When I tell y'all, Jerry Jones has the best McGriddle that I had up there at that stadium one day.
You might be going too far, Tuck.
Bro, you might have been.
Wait,
this McGriddle,
hold up, bro.
Nah, bro, this McGriddle that Jerry had, it had a star on it, imprint, bro. This thing was hitting, man.
Wait, bro, you might get your first button on that. I ain't gonna even do you, Tuck. I ain't gonna even do you, bro. Wait. I gotta do you, man. Are you serious, bro? We not gonna let you do that, dog.
this is what I'm saying. So sometimes when you're in the media room, right? You know what I'm saying? They'll give you like breakfast, or they might give you lunch depending on the game. So Jerry fed us breakfast for the Big 12 championship. So you know what I'm saying? I was eating that pancakes, sausage, egg, the McGriddles, and everything. So I'm sitting there. It's halftime. They take all the breakfast away. Came out with lunch. They had brisket. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
damn,
Jerry
bro.
Cole.
Jerry
Cole.
Cole. Good, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, no, Jerry Jones is cold.
Yo, he cold, man.
Can we
That's
get
all
into
he
this
do.
content now, bro? Can we get
One more
into
thing. One more thing. Out of
damn you,
and
long.
that's why he stays so clean, man, because he wine and dine you to death. You can't get mad. I'm like,
that dude go wild and down you.
Hey, what now, long?
Hey,
what?
when you use, hey, Jay Tuck can contest to this. When you out there at Oxnard, they got the restroom, and then they got the VIP restroom.
Yeah.
The VIP restroom is like a miniature trailer with AC, with marble floors and everything. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Jay
Yeah,
Tuck?
he good. That's why nobody asks Jerry no tough questions, man. They fool, man. They good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
questions, man.
Jerry
marble
done bout
floors
y'all
in
with
the
a
restroom.
McGriddle. Jerry done
Man,
bout
that
y'all with a
McGriddle, bro.
McGriddle.
Hey, I'm going back just to get that McGriddle, man. Go
Put some
back.
Himalaya salt on my McGriddle, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead to the content, boss.
No, I got to get you, Tuck. You open up your
Nah,
chair
bro,
for
that
it. I'm
make-
going to tell you what you
that
sound like right now. Whoo, that Jerry Jones ice is cold.
Hey,
There's something about his ice. His
It's
ice is
ice.
just colder than everybody else's
It's
ice.
that soft crushed ice, man. That good like Sonic ice, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference, man.
Ooh, it's
Hey.
just something about Jerry's ice. It's just cold.
Yeah, I'm telling you, them
His
grills.
ice
That one
is
got me
ice.
about two more. When got back, got two more of them things.
All right, man. Listen. We got a lot of good going on with our offense.
Yo.
We got Dak by a lot of the mainstream rightfully being talked about as an MVP candidate. And you have CeeDee Lamb on record pace. Right? Doing stuff that has never been done in the NFL. In the beginning of the season, there was a lot of doubts on Mike McCarthy and his offense. But we at the midpoint, right? Where some people call it what? Mid-season form.
Right.
It was already now at the midpoint. We got our leader, our quarterback with the crown, and being rightfully mentioned for being lightning hot. What's your thoughts on the positivity that's going on with our offense and the fact that our offense is almost starting to look like they carrying a teetered out defense? OC?
Yeah, I don't think the defense is teetered out. I wouldn't go that far. I just think that we overshot on the estimation of how elite the defensive front will be. I think that, as I've said before, this team goes as Dak Prescott goes. CeeDee Lamb should be targeted 10 times a game. Cooks was targeted 9 times this game, I believe 10 times this game, came up with, over 150 yards receiving. That should be the order. That's the pecking order. You got 1 and you got 2, and you mix everybody else in with a combination of power runs and a combination of play action passes to Jake Ferguson. That's what's going to make this team successful. I think that Mike McCarthy has got off of what he did in the beginning of the season in terms of trying to make Dak a conservative game manager and try to just do time of possession and beat teams that way by playing keep away and keeping his defense fresh. We lost games like that, and he realized that didn't work. So he made the adjustment, and we go as number 4 goes. And as I've been saying the last couple of weeks, in Dak, I trust. And that's how it's going to be. And that's how it got to be for the rest of the year.
Tuck, we started with Tuck. Law, we on you. What's your thoughts of kind of like the heat of CeeDee Lamb and the heat of Dak Prescott?
Okay, they've been on fire. It's been a tale of 3 teams so far this year. It's been a defensive-driven team from week 1 all the way to week 4. You can argue week 5, and then it was a balanced team after that. And now we can clearly see that this is Dak Prescott team. They had take all of the seat belts off of him. They got out of the car. He is driving his car 100%, and he sees the target named CeeDee Lamb, who is the cheat code, because there's no rolling of coverage when you line it up inside the slot. There's no, hey, I got to put my best defensive player on him, then you get your whole team compromised because now we can kill you with Brandon Cooks. So I'm looking at this philosophy and formula. No more. Remember, for the first few weeks, boss, we were saying death of 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
They said, shoot, hell with that.
Yeah,
Why do all of those many cuts with the machete and the knife and the butter knife when we got a machine gun out here? We can use that. We got a bazooka. We can use that. So this is not even a run first team. This is a passing team. Dak Prescott is red hot, Cajun hot Dak. He's using the Mississippi State legs.
Yes,
he's trusting what he sees with CeeDee Lamb. And he's going, put it like this. If you guys rewind to the last 2 shows that you guys heard on the Final Word, every single thing we said, what the Cowboys should do, what did they do, boss?
They did it. They did a whole lot. What we talking
literally
about.
like they was listening. Like Jerry Jones is somewhere sitting on his couch eating his McGriddle, right? And he's listening to what we are saying right now. You know, shout out to you, Jerry. I know you're listening because it's impossible for y'all to be doing every single thing we said. They should target CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
They should target Ferguson and Brandon Cooks. No matter what the order is with Ferguson and Brandon Cooks. And we have now seen that the Cowboys been utilizing their weapons. We said that they should utilize both backs. They are doing that. When we got into the red zone after the first series, I know it's against the Giants, but these boys were 6 for 6 after that, you know? So they are utilizing packages. And when we said that even Chuma Edoga needed to check in, now Chuma Edoga, when it's time for him to check in, he's yelling at everybody, hey, officials, I'm checking in as the extra offensive lineman. Hey, I'm here. And those plays are working. So, man, I get it. We lost to the Eagles by 5 measly points, but everybody who real Eagle fan, they hit me up and say, yeah, we got away, we won. And let the trolls troll, but the real ones know, you know. So I look at this team, and everybody know the Dallas Cowboys, boy, hey, they red hot. Go ahead and take it over, J-Tuck.
Yeah, this goes back to exactly what Boss was saying, right? The power of our voices matter. Because, Boss, what was we preaching for so long? Player over system.
Yep.
And what we are finally seeing is what the players over the system can really look like when it comes to our offense.
Facts.
And Mike McCarthy deserves a lot of credit, y'all, from putting his ego to the side and say, you know what? My system ain't working right now. I'm going to go out there and just trust my players. And he did it, and he made the adjustment. Because historically, it would have been like, you know what? We still going to run this slow, methodical offense. We going to figure it out. We going to work on things. They'll probably make some excuses about we didn't have a preseason and still developing. He said, nah, I'm taking the handcuffs off my quarterback, Dak Prescott. We not answering no more questions about none of this interception stuff. CeeDee, my bad, bro. I was not getting the ball. I'm going to change that. Oh, damn. Brandon Cooks, you only did get 2 targets. My fault, bro. I got you on the next one out the gate. And so what we're seeing is a changing of the philosophy when it comes to our offense. And now we're starting to open things up. You're starting to see Jake Ferguson get involved. You know, you're starting to see Jalen Tolbert get involved, build his confidence up. Kevontae Turpin, even Michael Gallup get a touchdown last week. So what I was trying to explain to a lot of people is that, okay, you want to play that lazy, it's just the Giants narrative. Okay, let's run with that. But what Mike McCarthy is doing right now, he is setting up his jab and putting things on film for that knockout blow.
Yes.
Just like I just said in my film session. Now, if you want to play that one-on-one cover one, man covers that you play versus San Fran, okay,
it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you. You're going to get cooked by Cooks. Okay, so now you're gonna have to go back and cover 2. Now we're gonna run the ball with Rico. We got a little bit of power. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now we can run, mesh concepts and these deep crossing routes and different concepts. So he's putting everything out there, and he's not just falling on this Texco system. And so I love it what I see from offensively. Dak Prescott is in his mode, y'all. His hair is turning gold. Like, he's just his confidence. And it's what I saw, and Law was out there with me at camp, because at camp, Dak was in full command of the offense, so it felt like earlier on they kind of nerfed him a little bit. And then Mike McCarthy, like I said, he let his ego out the window and say, you know what, my bad, bro. Dak, you got this. And then hit that soundbite, Law, that here we go. And then we out to the race. Yeah. So I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes, indeed. And you can see from here, and I got my hooked on funny glasses on so I can read this time, OC. Dak Prescott versus the QB ranks entering in 2023 season. Hey, he's first, y'all, in 948 yards, 13 touchdowns. He's first passer rating. This is versus man-to-man, y'all. So the Cowboys, when they see that man-to-man, oh my goodness, they are already licking their fingers because passer rating when targeting with Dak Prescott 136.1. Hey, this completion percent over expectations or expected is first percent. Success rate 60%. So he's first in every main category. This is not by mistake, ladies and gentlemen. This dude is cooking. I need to ask the panel: is Dak Prescott elite?
Hell yes,
let me start.
Go ahead, OC.
Let me start there first because, I got a lot of troll hate and Twitter hate when Dak had a quote-unquote subpar game versus San Francisco. And I put out a tweet earlier this season, and I said Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC. So let me go ahead and double down on that. I've been telling you boys, Dak Prescott is underrated. Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the NFC. He makes plays with his feet. He makes plays with his mind. He's making plays with his arm. And to the degree that they take the governor off of Dak Prescott, they take that collar off of Dak Prescott, and you let him do what he does, and you make sure that Cook is incorporated in this offense, you're going to see several more 400-yard games out of Dak Prescott. I guarantee you, Dak is going to begin to put on the clinic. Dak is now at the point in his career where he's starting to hit a stride as a quarterback, where the game is slowing down.
Yep.
He understands everything that he's seeing, and he's seeing coverages, he's seeing checks before it happens. That's when you kind of get in your prime and your groove as a player. If you play the game, you understand what I'm saying. When you get real good at your position, everything starts to slow down. You know what's going to happen before it happens. And Dak Prescott is at that point, and I believe 110% Dak Prescott is elite. But I'm going to say this. Dak Prescott has been elite for a little while and not been given the credit.
Yes, Dak is elite. Man, Dak is playing like okay, let's say it like this. The past 4 games ain't been no better quarterback in the whole league. Period. Like, this is the best Dak I've.
Man, that hook is hard, man. That hook is hard.
That's a hard one. Did you notice how I was quiet when he hit it, though?
They can come closer than close. Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
They never will be.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wish you could just drop that beat.
Nobody does it. You don't got that part. Nobody does it. Man.
Oh, I got you, man.
Yeah.
We need that last part.
Man.
Nobody does it better than me.
Say, listen. And see, this is the sad part. A lot of people don't want to say it with their chest out, Duck. OC, they still scared. Y'all scared of Dak Delusional. Y'all scared of JR.
Now I might be on my island with this one, but
all right.
And I was asked this question. I don't think Dak's elite, but what I mean by that is I only think there's one elite quarterback in the NFL, and that's Pat Mahomes. So I feel like Pat Mahomes is on his own spectrum, but I definitely have Dak Prescott in my top 5. So, take it what it was, but I just don't think that I don't just toss around elite, GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like right now, Pat Mahomes is the only true elite quarterback that you watch on a Sunday against all odds, no matter what. He's the X factor, deciding decision. So, I would just say Dak Prescott is in my top 5. And as of right now, I mean, he's playing top 3 football right now, compared to anybody. But I think for Dak, what he really needs, he needs those signature wins versus everybody's little cute darling favorites. You know what I'm saying? The Hurts, the Burrows, the Josh Allens, you know what I'm saying? But once we start marking some of them off this season, I think that's going to change the conversation about Dak. But I just think, because what we saw versus San Francisco, people want to mark them for that one. And even though we did, have a close game versus Philly, they still going to chalk that up as an L. But make no mistakes about it. Like, a lot of people are saying Dak is playing his best football. But listen, y'all, he's been doing this. Like, people don't forget, in that 2020 season when we had that historically bad defense, Dak was on a damn mission before he had the ankle injury. 2021 when he came back from the ankle injury, like, he had an MVP caliber season. So this is nothing new. It's just that what we saw last year was kind of a blip on the radar, and that's why I wasn't taking it too serious, because he doesn't have a history of turning the ball over and doing those different things. So, I think Dak is Dak, and he just gets a lot of criticism because the star on his helmet, but he's been top 5. He's been consistent, and I don't have to worry. I don't have to turn on the game on Sunday and say, I don't know what we're going to get from Dak. I know as long as I got 4 out there, we're going to compete and we're going to be in the game. So I would say he's top 5. I just personally have elite for Mahomes because he's on a completely different planet right now.
And I just wish Big Game James was here today so that I could ask him that question again. But just to circle back, me and you, Jay Tuck, we on the same page with that. And I know, boss, before you fight me, here's what I got Dak Prescott at. He's doing all of the elite work. You know how you have that assignment, but it's incomplete. Just got to turn the paper in. So I think he's going to turn the paper in this year. I see Dak Prescott. There's a door. Just imagine a door, and he's, let me in. Let me in. Hey, let me in. Let me in there, man. And on the other side is Pat Mahomes, right? So, hey, Pat Mahomes is taking his time and letting them in, because right now there are only 3 quarterbacks with rings in the National Football League that's active right now. Stafford, Sierra Husband, and Pat Mahomes. So, I mean, what's his name? Russell Wilson, my bad. I literally forgot his name. I ain't playing, y'all. But those are the only 3. So, Dak Prescott right now, I believe, Jay Tuck, that Dak Prescott is the ultimate best quarterback in the NFC. There's no other quarterback that's better than him right now. In the NFC.
Put up them stats one more time, Law.
Yeah,
I got
you. And honestly, if you take out Pat and put him over to the side, and then you talk about all the remaining quarterbacks, then you could talk about Dak being better than the Burrows. He's better than the Josh Allens. He's better than the Justin Herbert. So, you can put him over versus the Lamar. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the conversation is. I just think it's Pat Mahomes and them. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, Dak is incredible right now. And here's what I've been trying to tell Cowboys fans. I know a lot of people say, I ain't going to drink the Kool-Aid until the playoffs, right? So for those people, the best thing that you're going to get about this season that you probably didn't get in other seasons, you are going to know who we are by the time we get to the playoffs, because we're going to go to the gauntlet. You're going to play the Philadelphia Eagles twice. We played the 49ers. You got Detroit. You got Buffalo. You got the Seahawks and all these different favorites. So by the time we get to the playoffs, we are going to be battle tested, and I think that's going to make this team better, because we saw what happened from the San Fran game. They learn from their mistakes and they make those improvements. They just didn't sit on their hands. So that's what I'm excited the most about.
And so, first of all, I want to say this. Much respect to Law and Jay Tuck, because, when they make a stance, especially as hot as Dak is playing, this is where an opportunist would try to get cheap shots on them. So this is something, I'm gonna just say it. We don't have to agree on this. You know what I mean? This is This is something. Listen, Dak is just playing good. We can just leave it like that.
He's playing great. He's playing great.
So because sometimes we get divided over the word elite and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And people step in. What? He's first in this. He's first on. No, I ain't got time for that.
They said turn your volume up, boss. They want to hear your point, bro. They really want to.
Now, can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now?
A little bit better, y'all.
I turned me up now.
Yeah.
Me up. I should be better. All right. So anyway, I also want to go ahead.
Go ahead, boss. Sorry.
No,
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. No, real quick, and I agree with Jay Tuck in terms of how you're defining elite. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. And I think it's just contextual. I think in terms of the quarterbacks that are playing in this league, if you got top 5, Dak is in that top 5. But yeah, Pat Mahomes, what he's done with the Super Bowls and that. Pat Mahomes is that guy. You can't say nothing about your point. You know what I'm saying?
Dak,
but if you define it as
right now, though.
Right now Dak is playing better than him. But if you talk about just the tag and the definition
of elite, you put it at Mahomes.
You gotta put it at Mahomes. And that's fair.
All you said is basically what I said. Dak just need to turn the assignment in, right?
Yeah.
Like Pat Mahomes finished his work. He got it up there. We graded it, and hey, he got 2 100s, right? 2 Super Bowls to finish off on his resume. So Dak Prescott, if he turn in this assignment, we can make the argument what my guy did. What's his name? God dog, he's on one of the networks. He played for the Patriots. What's his name? He said that Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in the National Football League. What's his name, y'all? Y'all help me out in the chat.
Foxworth.
Yeah, Foxworth. Yeah. He said that Dak Prescott is he stood out on the hill, on the mountain, said, come. Hey, just like the movie Game of Thrones, he stood out and said, hey, Dak Prescott is the best quarterback right now in the National Football League.
Law, 2 things.
Talk to me.
We need your picture back.
Okay, my bad.
We need to hit that Shane button real quick.
Let me get this picture off. Here we go.
Shane.
What's going on?
Law got 23 likes and 206. Oh no, Shane. No. Pause.
Shame.
How dare y'all?
Shame.
Let's get the likes up, y'all. Come on now. On everybody channel. Now,
Get it.
we got a lot of football to talk about because that's the positive stuff. But we also here to, talk about some of the latest stuff that's going around, right? We gonna talk about that. Then we gonna talk about some things that I'm gonna be honest, I'm concerned about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be all the way honest because I'm in this to win the championship just like you boys. But it's been some stuff going around about Micah Parsons and the way that his body language was being displayed after the New York Giants game. So, and I know some people got a problem with it. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off and kind of give my thoughts about it. I fully understand Micah Parsons being upset at a game that he felt like he should have played better or wanted to do more in that game. I personally have no problem with that. Even showing it. Now, it's going to be bad optics, right? And the media and a lot of people not going to like the body language, but I'm okay with it because I know I've been in wins to where I felt like I didn't contribute to this win like I felt like I wanted to. And I will also say the last time Micah Parsons did that was when he was a rookie versus New England. Do y'all remember that? We beat New England, Dak went crazy, and he was pouting. He was mad at his performance. He was. But then the following game was Minnesota. And what he did, see, I like the fact that when he's mad, he does something. That's why I want him to embrace the dark side. I've been saying it. When Micah Parsons is mad, he plays better. You know what I'm saying? So if he show a little attitude but get bad optics, hey, I'm cool with it. That's just my take on it, though.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm not too concerned about it because, like Boss said, one, it's a defensive player, so it's not like he gotta, get the ball more, or he's going to cause some friction. At the end of the day, I think it's just the standard that Micah Parsons set for himself. Now, I will caution Cowboys fans because I made this mistake, right? Because I made it with CeeDee Lamb this year, right? Because I remember the New England game, he was kind of standing over by himself, and I was like, okay, CeeDee Lamb's body language a little bit off. He's maybe pouting, this and that. Now, he kind of was. CeeDee did have a little bit of divaness in him, but when I was at the game on Sunday and CeeDee Lamb was going crazy, he was still off to the sideline by himself. You know what I'm saying? So, sometimes we try to read into things, read into different body languages. It's just how some players kind of get in the groove or find their rhythm. But I think with Micah Parsons, he sets a high standard. Like he wants to be, he sees what's going on with Myles Garrett. He sees what's going on with, TJ Watt and Bosa and these guys. Like he wants to be in that same conversation because he set that standard for himself. So if you have a game like the Giants versus the Tommy DeVito and you really didn't have big numbers, he's probably more mad at himself. I don't think that he's frustrated with Dan Quinn or, frustrated with his teammates or anything like that. It's just internally. And I think he's going to take that and you'll see it, translate on the field versus the Panthers on Sunday. So I'm not concerned about Micah. If there's any player that I know is going to show up on game day and give it all they got, it's going to be Micah. So I'm not concerned about him.
Yeah, just, my thought about that is that Micah wanted to dominate in this game. The defense had 5 sacks this game, and Micah Parsons wanted to have 2 or 3 sacks in this game probably. And, he could have and should have had it. My observation of Micah Parsons with how great he is, and if he wants to transcend to the next level with the Watts and the Bosa's, and those guys, Micah goes dry in a couple games. He has like a dry streak, he's not kind of as dominant in like a handful of games every season, I would say. And I think the key is that the preparation, this is my observation, the preparation in terms of the study of his opponent and how he's going to use his skill set to beat the opponents that he's going to go against, like the dedication on that part of his game in combination with his physical talent and ability is the key to making sure he's dominant week in and week out. And I think if Micah picks it up a little bit there, he'll be fully prepared to take advantage of their weaknesses and use his strengths, and then you'll see more productivity. So it's just that little switch outside of just a tremendous athlete and player that he is.
No doubt. It's cons and pros with that, right? I think that Parsons, he got that mentality that he want to be the best, and when he don't get the results that he's shooting for, he's going to be angry and a little upset. Herm Edwards one time said when he was on the networks, I don't know where he's at now, he said it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to have your thoughts out there, but don't hit send. Don't hit send. So when he put out that caption, "Free me," it left open interpretations of like conflict, right? Like, free from what? What are you trying to be free from? Are you trying to be free from Dallas? Are the players holding you back? Are the coaching staff holding you back? And there was an episode with Hanging with the Boys with Big Nate Newton on there, and he was joking for the first half of the episode. But when they brought that topic up, Nate Newton said, hey, sometimes when you're a young player, you make young mistakes, right? The good ones, the great ones don't do that. The great ones figure out ways that they can improve their game. They never call out the coaches. And then he started talking about Michael Irvin. He started talking about Jerry Rice. He started talking about the great ones who played this sport before him, right? So hopefully Michael Parsons can have that mentor to sit him down and say, hey, at the end of the day, you may have to be the decoy. You may have to be the sacrificial lion, instead of lamb. You had to be the sacrificial lion. And if we play the way we played on defense when the starters was out there and blow teams out, then lo and behold, he can be that. And I'm going to say this one more thing. With Michael Parsons, I get it. More of the money will go to playing on the edge. But if Michael Parsons would have been his fourth season, or what season this is, his third season going into his fourth season next year? Mm-hmm. If Michael Parsons stayed at linebacker, he would have been a better version of 54 over there for the 49ers. He would have been a better version of a Fred Warner, in my opinion.
Right.
And then
now, let me.
Sometimes
go ahead.
pouting is good. See,
it's good.
Yeah. Like, and I'm gonna say it straight up. Like, I'm happy CeeDee Lamb pouted. Happy.
Right, true.
Because guess what we got after that? A better CeeDee Lamb. See, I'm very careful when I'm trying to interpret people's body language because you can misread people easily.
Right, true that.
Because what if he just mad at himself for not playing good?
So that's what I was going to say, boss. When I read the free me, I thought he was talking about free himself from being held all game because he was talking about the holds not being called. You know what I'm saying? So
what if he's mad at the holding calls?
Right.
We don't know what he mad at. You just
because someone had put out a chart on Twitter about his double team rate or something like that because he had asked people, okay, what does this mean? And it was talking about how he has one of the highest double team rates in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was stemming off of that. So I didn't even when Law was saying, I was like, oh, well, maybe that's what he did. I didn't think, you know what I'm saying? So because from the Sam Williams standpoint, the free me thing, okay, I understood it because Sam wasn't getting reps. I'm like, Micah, you getting reps? Like, you know what I'm saying? So what could you really be freed from that perspective? I thought it was more about the NFL, refs not calling all these holding calls against him, and he's getting held up because they're just thinking he's like Shaq and giving him the Micah Parsons treatment. So maybe, so that's what I'm saying. Like what Boss was saying, it could be different meanings of what those cryptic tweets are actually talking about. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I have a slightly different perspective on that, and I'm just talking from an evaluation of play and strategy perspective. Because if Micah Parsons got all the holding calls called that were actually holds on him, I mean, yeah, it would be 7, 8, 9 holds a game. But that comes with the territory of being a great player, right? Myles Garrett gets held. T.J. Watt gets held. Nick Bosa, he gets held. Joey Bosa, he gets held. These dudes get held a lot. So what do you go do? Being a great player, using hands, using movement, using stutter steps, using angles, setting up your pass rush moves to beat offensive linemen. I'm a former offensive lineman, used to play the position. There are things you can do to beat offensive linemen and things you can do to capitalize and take advantage of these guys if they're trying to latch and hold on you, right? So that's my challenge, right? My lovingly respectful challenge to Micah Parsons and what I see in his game and these little dry spells he goes through. Man, look, pick up your prep because you have adequate pass rush opportunities. So the free me is not going to be on Dan Quinn. He's freed you, buddy. Like, he's rushing you from linebacker. He's rushing you inside, outside. He's moving you. He's flipping you opposite side versus left tackles versus right tackles versus guards, right? He's looking for matchups to try to help you get off. So the rest of that stuff and hitting home, bro, that's on you. Now, here's another interesting stat that you guys may not have known. There's a win rate percentage. Okay, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt, Monte Sweat, those guys, they're at the top rung of the pass rush win rate. Okay, not sack rate. Okay, not sack rate, but actually winning the one-on-one by evaluation. Okay, so what I'm gonna say, my man Micah, and hey, you a beast, you a dog, but hey, bro, work on your skills and work on your prep to know how you're gonna attack these offensive linemen and increase the win rate. And that is
I wish you could rewind and pause that picture of Parsons next to Bosa. And you can pause him next to Myles Garrett. Parsons
I got it. I was gonna say, I got it right here pulled up, OC. So actually, Micah now is at number 1 when it comes to pass rush win rate rankings.
Ooh.
Okay, last week he wasn't. He was like down, like below Garrett and stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, so he's number 1.
Yeah.
So but still, yeah. Just get home. You know what I'm saying? Get home. You gotta fight. Yeah, you gotta fight through it. You know. So
what I'm saying is, Micah, he got to fight 2 to 3 times harder, man. And I know he's winning right now. You know, if you look at the size and everything, and I know I'm not trying to say that Parsons is too small to play on the edge, but for him to play that role and play that spot, he's an elite guy, regardless if he's going to play on the edge or at linebacker. But what I'm saying is certain games, there may be the sacrificial lion that you might have to sacrifice, and he's not going to show up on the chart. Playing him versus Trent Williams, he didn't show up on the chart, right? Because of the mindset and the skill set of Trent Williams, right? So sometimes it may not be beneficial for us to play him on the edge, and he may have to be out of the game. One thing we can talk about on another type of sport, Michael Jordan. Sometimes he played guard. Sometimes he played small forward. Sometimes he was the shooting guard. Because he's an elite guy, you don't want to take him off the court, but sometimes he had to dim his light so someone else can shine. And the great leaders figure that out too. But go ahead, boss.
I just say this.
Boss, I just tweeted you that statistic if you wanted to pull it up.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Let me see. I will say this while I'm trying to pull it up. It depends on why, right? It's the why. That's the whole thing. So, like, for instance, the real said, anybody remember D-Law calling out the refs for not calling holding penalties against him? People said he was crying, but the video showed that he was telling the truth. So if you're mad about the refs, I ain't mad at you. If you mad at yourself because you feel like you can be better, I'm not mad at you.
Right.
If you just pouting just cause you not getting your shine, then I'm like, nah, bro, you tripping. Mm-hmm. So I listen, I'm ignorant, so I don't know the why behind it. If I was in the locker room, I would know, but I don't know, so I'm not gonna even get too much deep into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's too much in the surface. I need to know more, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. But I think we should also talk about, like, obviously the big news that a lot of people want to talk about. It's a lot of people, and I've been seeing this has been talked about all day. So I definitely want to hear from the final word on this. So Leighton Vander Esch is come out that he's not going to play for the rest of the season. And I want to first give a shout out to Dan Rogers. Because Dan Rogers, I was like, wait, Dan.
What?
Yes, Dan. And this is the cool thing about this. See, I debated Dan. Dan was he came on Boss Cowboy Sports and he was very courteous. We went back and forth. We didn't agree on everything. But he was courteous. So to see Dan Rogers come out and he say only one NFL linebacker has at least 60 tackles and has only missed one tackle. His name is Damone Clark. Right. Only one linebacker has at least 40 tackles without missing a tackle. His name is Marquise Bell. I love LVE, but honestly, we're not missing him. Ooh.
Wow.
Shots fired. Can we hit that button? Let me see if I got a button for Dan. Because Dan, he let his nuts hang. Jay Tuck, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think it's from two perspectives, right? Because I see a lot of people jumped on Dan, and I met Dan at camp and said he's a very nice guy. I think why people were saying it was poor taste because of the possibility of people saying that LVE's career could be over, which I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
They going at Dan like that?
Oh, they going. Let me go check out his tweet right now.
Oh man!
That's why he getting clipped up. Yeah, Dan getting clipped up. I think it was right there next to it. If you had pull it back up.
Let me pull it up. Oh wow! See, I looked at the tweet. I didn't look at the messiness.
Oh yeah.
It's
so
messy.
I wasn't thinking that deep of it. I didn't think he was thinking that deep.
I didn't think he was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think he had a malicious. So if you look over to the right, right up to the right where it says like, see that little post over there?
Yeah,
boss up there. So I think Dave had posted something.
Dave, this dude is infamous for saying heartless shit. Oh, the BTB roster has gone to shit outside of my guys Tony and Aiden and the girls and my guy from across the pond. Oh yeah. Dave
So it started. It started. You know what I'm saying? But my name bit and I ain't in it. So I think, but I get what Dan is saying. But
Dan talking football though. I don't think.
Yeah, he's talking. Yeah, he's not talking football, right? It's not personal because he said I love LVE, but we're not missing him.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking. Right. So if you look at it from the context of just from football in between the lines, he's absolutely right. I feel like our linebackers core has been playing well. We even added Evans, who played solid on Sunday as well. So we're not missing LVE. I feel like we're missing him from a depth perspective. So he's 1,000% right. I think it's kind of the timing and reading the room. Plus, y'all know how Twitter is. You know what I'm saying? You can't say anything on there, you know what I'm saying? So he has a good point. Now, where I'm concerned, this is where I tagged you this morning, boss, is now it makes this Harper thing look even dumber when it comes to the decision of moving on from Harper.
Oh my God!
Because you completely just depleted our linebacker depth because if something was to happen, it gets thin again. What if Evans doesn't work out? Then you're just holding on to Clark and Bell. So that's where I was with the whole situation. It's like I still don't understand this Harper situation, trying to make room for a long snapper or a special teams move because our linebacker room was the thinnest in the room, and we kept saying, what if something happens to LVE? Now, here is my problem, right? Remember when LVE first went down? Oh, we dodged a bullet. He's only going to be on the 4-week IR. And, it could have been a lot worse than we expected. And then all of a sudden, he's out for the season and his career is almost over. So it's just one of the Cowboys sorcery when they kind of come wrong with that. But I'm looking at this linebacker depth, and I'm just like, all right, we're starting to get a little thin, What they gonna do?
Let me just jump in right quick. I'm gonna say this real quickly. Rashaan Evans, when he played a full season last year, he had 159 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks. It would take literally 3 seasons for Leighton Vander Esch to get to that number.
Louder, man.
Right. Go ahead.
Wait, man. Boy, you can't tease like that. See, and listen. All right, since you brought up Evans, so let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Evans sighting. Welcome to the team, sir, and welcome to the draft party. Let's go.
But wait a minute, that's a
Well, he ain't got no.
safety.
Evans ain't got no choice to show up now. He officially on the roster for the rest of the year now. Because he brought him up 3 times, and that's it. He can't be on the practice squad no more.
Yeah, we got an Evans sighting.
It's about time.
And we got an Evans tackle.
Good job.
Thank you, Dan Quinn. Hey man, can we clap it up for Dan Quinn for the Evans sighting?
DQ.
Can we clap it up? That also means LVE is not coming back, y'all. How did I do that?
I don't know how you predict that though, but you're right. They knew something.
I could tell you how I did it. I'm gonna show you. That was obviously not an accident. I'm gonna show you. I said, now Michael Gilkin said it on Monday. I said the game day that LVE wasn't coming back. You know how I knew? Because our guys' philosophy, politics is predictable.
Yeah.
It's predictable. And I always said the only way you was gonna see Evans is if somebody got hurt. And I've been said, so when I saw Evans in the first quarter, I immediately said LV is not coming back. So it shows me, and I hate to switch this, but this is the topic that I really want to talk about as well. I see a major danger for us, our guys' philosophy. I think it's the most dangerous to our chances of winning. I'm gonna show y'all something, and I want to really get y'all thoughts on this. All right, because everybody's excited about Brandon Cooks, but did anybody hear Jerry today? Okay, I
haven't heard him today.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. Listen to this, and y'all tell me what y'all think.
I want me some glory hole.
I'm still low. Damn.
What? Yeah, you low. Yeah,
all right, here we go, man. I got to get closer to my mic. I should sound fantastic right now.
Yeah, you good now.
Y'all listen. This is from 105.3 The Fan, and I have the link in the description.
Jerry, my favorite thing from the game was Brandon Cook's involvement. We had all been calling for it, and bam, he comes out with a great first half and obviously the final box score line. What was the difference in Cook's involvement Sunday?
I think the fact that he got the ball, you say would want a trite answer, no, because he has been involved in the passing game. And he has been effective in the passing game. And he has been, the ball hadn't come his way as much as we all would like to see before Sunday, but he has been involved. And that's now then you're seeing what happens when they might have not ignored him, but just put him out there on one-on-one, and you see the benefit of making the play. I think I don't want to get off him because he deserves all of our time. Frankly, I agree with what you're saying. It's one of the most exciting things about the game. But Gallup, to me, really is an encouraging thing to see him get the ball in those contested situations. That's his deal. And that's it involves some of Dak's best passing, things he does the very best relative to his deep throws. And boy, Gallup is unique, and he can high point and go get the ball. We have that, include that in that passing core out there, and you see the result.
He shot Brandon Cooks down.
OC, calm me down. Law, somebody tell me I'm tripping, bro.
Well, Mr. Jones is going to be Mr. Jones, and We love old Jerry, but Jerry wants to make sure that he threw Michael Gallup in that conversation.
Yes, he did.
And notice how his tone of voice changed. Like he knew he was fudging. It's almost like a guilt. You could see the decrease in confidence and tone to his voice. He's like, "Now I'm supposed to do this. I know this might not be already right, but you know what? I got to make sure we still get Michael Gallup the ball. So I'm gonna throw this in here like this anyway and say he's elite, he's special." Man, look, Michael Gallup is a great guy. Michael Gallup. This is no fault of Michael Gallup, okay? I'm not hating on Michael Gallup, okay? Let me just say that disclaimer, right? Michael Gallup really can't get open. Like, he really doesn't get separation. So, yeah, every ball is contested. And he has to have hands like a jackhammer to catch that ball, because most of the time he's covered. He better high point the ball because the dude's not getting separation. And Dak is threading that needle and putting it where only he can catch the ball. And that was a great touchdown pass to him on Sunday. But come on. Look, man, it is what it is. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for your contribution. I respect you. I understand why you did what you did. But that's not necessarily the way we go. That's all I'm going to say.
Brandon Cooks had a good game. Woo, man, that was a good game. But, y'all got to tuck.
Yeah, man. I tell people what holiday season's coming up, right? So a lot of our parents, that's our parents, you know what I'm saying? We buy toys for our kids. We want them to play with them toys that we bought. And it's the same thing with Jerry Jones. It's
right.
Like if he's paying, he wants you to be playing. And it's not about what's for the betterment of the team. Now, what we have to hope is Mike McCarthy ain't listened to none of them interviews. He's not buying into it, because if you look at the snap percentages between Michael Gallup and Jalen Tolbert, who's starting to get a lot of the reps more. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see Michael Gallup's come down a little bit and Jalen Tolbert's starting to increase a little bit. So, someone at the fan, like I said, Jerry wine dine you, man. He'll give you a McGriddle and tell you chill a little bit, but someone should ask him, you know what I'm saying? What was your thoughts on that Chargers game when Michael Gallup had 10 targets for what? 2 catches? 3 catches for 24 yards?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like when it comes to Brandon Cooks, he's able to get 5 catches, 6 catches, and go for $115. That's not Michael Gallup's game. Michael Gallup isn't a volume guy. He'll give you a big catch here and now and then, a go route, maybe a back shoulder fade. But if you really want to open up this offense, it's number 3 outside of CeeDee Lamb. Period. No ifs and buts about it. I feel like our wide receiver core is CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jake Ferguson. Everybody else kind of get in where they fit in.
And let me say this to put this to bed, and not in law, you got it after this. I just need to say this and get this off my chest, because I haven't said this, and this is the whole and complete and utter truth, okay? Regarding Michael Gallup, and I like Michael Gallup. I think Michael Gallup is a great guy. But here's the real truth, okay? And I'm just going to tell you, Michael Gallup can't get open versus second and third cornerbacks. Mm-hmm. That's the deal. That's why he can't be your number 2. That's why. That's why he's your number 3/4, with almost being a number 4 as Jalen Tolbert gets more confidence. He's lost the ability to get open versus second and third quarterbacks. And that's the reason why we need to focus on giving the ball to CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. Period. I'm sorry, Law. You got it from there.
No, it was on. Yeah, it was on Law. It was on Law. My bad.
Well. No, y'all all great points right here. And Jerry is looking at that $60 million. And he's saying, hey, I paid for that. Hey, I want to see that. But in actuality, you can get similar production with a Jalen Brooks. He played just as good, in my opinion, although he didn't catch that big pass for a touchdown. But he did get out there and look polished. And that pine would change your mind. You know what I'm saying? So by him being able to be benched or what have you, or allegedly benched, you seen him come out there and play a little bit better. And I'm talking about Michael Gallup. But it still kind of looked like, hey, look clumsy. We would know everything about this team heading this particular week versus the Panthers. If I see north of 3 targets to Michael Gallup, I might lose my mind, because the order of operation is just like what Jay Tuck said. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Ferguson, or CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson, Cooks. No matter what the order is, CeeDee got to be the primary target. We shouldn't be looking back at that game just like we seen a couple of weeks ago where Gallup had 10 or 11 targets and 3 receptions. We don't want that. We don't need that. I need to keep this thing going with C Dangerous Lamb. Let's go with that. And everybody else ancillary. Jalen Tolbert, he's still trying to pick up the play, in my opinion, because he was running wrong routes. So he messed up the percentages out there. But I would still like Jalen Tolbert over Michael Gallup in certain instances. So I'll just say this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fall into the political warfare, Jerry Jones. Don't make this political football. We got a formula, and it's working. It's CeeDee Lamb. Go ahead, y'all.
I got to jump in, y'all, because I've been really thinking on this for the last 3 days. The biggest problem to me is the Dallas Cowboys' philosophy to try to develop their young guys where occasionally they overreach. And they honestly, to keep this philosophy, sometimes they get straight up goofy. Because I'm going to play this who came from Will McClay. Listen.
That's the most important thing is if you pick them, you got to use them.
And that was after the draft. One more time.
That's the most important thing is if you pick them, you got to use them.
So then when you look at the pattern of the Dallas Cowboys and you'll say, why do they keep forcing it to Schoon? Even though, obviously you're supposed to develop your guys, but at some point you got to bench that dude. You got to let competition take its fair place. But they keep forcing it. And that's what, to me, Michael Gallup was about. And that's why they keep going back to it, because they don't want to build this team through free agents. I'm just being honest with it, and it's bothering the hell out of me. And I have no trust. I have zero trust. I would have no trust because, see, Tuck was at training camp. Law was at training camp. I was at training camp. The OC was at training camp. We all knew Brandon Cooks was that dude from our own eyes. But then the season start and we just get goofy. Mm-hmm. And we start. I have no trust, bro, because I'm going to tell you what I really believe getting ready to happen if we don't fix this. We are going to be the team that's going to walk up against a team that's giving 110% and we only bring in 90%. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening with San Fran. When you go against San Fran, you're going against 110% of the best players. Yeah, and every one of them know they earn their spot. Whether you was Mr. Irrelevant or you was a top 5 guy, they don't give a damn. Once the field decide, they go with that. Dallas doesn't do that. And it's making me nervous when I see Armstrong still getting more snaps than Fowler. It is crazy. It bothers me when I see them ask a question about Cooks, and then you just can't help but bring up your drafted guy, Michael Gallup. And it's giving me that vibe that y'all tend to overreach.
That's the most important thing is if you pick them, you got to use them.
Yeah. And see, I would slightly pivot and remix that conversation. I don't think it's if you pick them, you got to use them. I think it's more if you pay them, they got to use them, right?
It's
because if you look at this,
but
it's a little. But if you look at this draft class, I mean, we got 2 people are active. You know what I'm saying, on a consistent basis.
One of them they forcing.
One of them they forcing, right? But then even go back to last year, a lot of that class ain't even on the roster no more. So I just feel like they are going to make it seem that they made the right decision because they probably subscribe to our channels and they hear where the talk is. Why did y'all let go of Amari Cooper and re-sign Michael Gallup? So they have this egotistical thing where it's like, we got to show that we made the right decision. Where it's okay to say, you know what, y'all messed up, but they're never going to say, damn, bro, we messed up. We should have kept Amari. Like, they're never going to give Cowboys fans that benefit of the doubt. So how they're trying to do is dress it up with Michael Gallup. Last year, it's like, hey, we may have rushed him back and he's back in the knee. And, okay, this year, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can clearly see, I made a video on my channel about Michael Gallup. It just isn't any separation. And when you look at what Brandon Cooks brings to our offenses, when they play man, so 9 of his catches that happened yesterday or Sunday, or was it Sunday, was versus cover 1 man. Like, he is our cover 1 man-to-man killer. Michael Gallup isn't that. That's why the 49ers were able to have that success against us. Just rush forward, drop back in man, because we'll take that go route. You might get us, you know what I'm saying, every now and then. But you know, when you cover Michael Gallup, it's going to be a slant, it's going to be a comeback, a hitch, or a go. That's it. Four routes you got to cover. And you can sit there and jump.
I like Gallup. I like Gallup only on that 9. Hit him on the 9 because anytime he got to stop pace and he got to come back to the ball, I think he's a little clumsy in that. And we all, like we say, we all like Gallup. And to your other point, we have some of these drive, even against the Giants, we had drive killers brought to you by self-sabotage. When Schoonmaker was wide open on that pass and he played basketball with the football, that killed the drive. That put us in a bad situation. On top of that, when we open up on the first series, I do believe Rico, I think it was the first series, he got us all the way to the red zone, money zone, green zone. And coaches used to tell us this all the time. Hey, man, we just going to have to reward the guy that got us there. Don't take him out the game and put Tony Pollard in the game, right? And I'm not beating up Tony, man. Yeah. We like Tony.
You're just keeping it real. You're keeping it real.
23, man. Reward that brother. He got us all the way down there. And go ahead and let him finish it all. Let him top it all. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're going to go and put the other guy in, and then we get stalled.
Right.
Because you paid him and you want to say, hey,
reverse cheat.
Think about it. Michael Gallup paid, right? You have Jordan Lewis, we paid. Tony Pollard, we paid him. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna force it. They gonna force it, just like we do on Christmas and make our kids play with them toys we bought. It's the same thing with Jerry Jones. Even if they say, you know what, Dad, this toy is broken, it ain't working. They gonna still go out there. You better go out there and play with that truck, and that's the same thing.
That means it's gonna be 90 going against 110.
We're gonna sit. What do also we pay? We paid our safeties. We can sit back clear as day, understand that Wanya needs to be out there on that field more. It's clear. Yeah. It's clear as day. Nope. You pay these safeties. They gonna get the opportunity. It's not the best man wins.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
Well, there is a silver lining in this, and there is a solution to this issue, and that solution is Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has to stick to his guns because he knows how to do this. Mike McCarthy put together a championship roster with some great receivers, okay? Mind you, in Green Bay. So he knows what to look for. He knows who really can play. So to the extent that Mike McCarthy sticks to his guns and does what's best for football, not for marketing, not for salary cap, not for anybody in the executive office feelings. It's to the extent of how far we're going to go. So we actually, Boss Cowboy, can be 110% versus those good teams if he continues to make the adjustments and stick to his guns. And we're going to be in good shape because we got the talent. We got the talent.
OC.
Well, OC, let me just say this one quickly. It took new media impressions for old media to ask the question last week, right? Because my guy, Boss Cowboy, when he brought up what Calvin Watkins said, I was like, wow. But where do you think Calvin got it from? He got it from us. Shout out to Calvin Watkins, man. And y'all find out what he like to drink because I'll send him a bottle, man. But go ahead.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because he put Mike McCarthy against the wall.
He did.
And we said that watch what Brandon Cooks. We could have betted a line and made some money, man. Because we said, watch what Brandon Cooks gonna do.
John McCarthy literally said.
Mike McCarthy's response. Well, I don't get into fantasy football. Yeah, bro. You know you out there messing up, not getting Brandon Cooks that damn ball.
But see, I got bad news for everybody, man. Especially OC because of what you just said, bro.
Talk to me.
Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy and Will McClay are all running the same system, bro.
That's the most important thing is if you pick them, you got to use them.
That's why we saw Ball out there last year versus Avion Collins. That's why we still begging for Fowler to get way more reps. Because I said today, and I mean this, bro, the same impact that we just saw from Brandon Cooks, we would also see from Fowler if we gave him more reps. Last year, Fowler had the best ratio out of all our defensive ends on pressures, on sacks, on everything in terms of snaps to those ratios.
He's a bastard.
He's a bastard. And see, Law, you was the one that brought this out 3 weeks ago. You was the one that showed that they gave Brandon Cooks only 4 targets, but he was 100% on those targets. How in the hell is that different from Fowler? Fowler is the exact same way, where he has little reps, but he does a lot with them, which says you should give him more. You should give him more, but we keep, and OC, I get that you speaking in logic. You speaking in logic. You right. Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn would have to hold their nuts and go against the philosophy of the front office, which is this again.
That's the most important thing, is if you pick them, you got to use them.
That's the philosophy that they would have to choose to go against. And I'm going to be honest with you, both of them balls are neutered. The only way,
let me read this out.
I'm going to tell y'all the only way. I'm going to tell you what it's going to take. It's going to take us. It's not going to take them coaches. We got to cover for them coaches by being loud about the BS that we seen.
Let me just
what did John Machota say? I'm almost finished. Yeah. What did John Machota say? He said the reason that we go likely see Brandon Cooks get his targets is because of the public pressure.
Ooh, gotta win the crowd, man.
You got to.
Oh my goodness, man. I'm just gonna say this real quick.
It's up to us. So we got a new hashtag, Free Fowler. Let's see, we going down the list. It was Free CeeDee Lamb, Spam Lamb. Then it was Let Cooks Cook. Let's start the third one, Free Fowler.
I'm just gonna say this right quick. Fowler got 21 pressures, 17 hurries, 2 hits, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble. He's been a menace out there on the edge. Yes, indeed. But go ahead. While I pull up all.
Yeah. So all I was gonna say is this. Look, I do believe that Fowler should get more snaps, but it's not the exact same situation as it is with Gallup and Cooks. Okay, it's not the exact same, right? So let's be careful not to muddy them waters, right? Because the guy that got paid, that's playing in front of him, that dude is a lunch pail, pretty productive defensive player. That dude's not bad.
Who?
That dude's not bad.
Who?
So Armstrong got 5 sacks. He got 5 sacks so far. Armstrong.
He not bad. He's not doing a bad job. He's also, what did he have? 8 sacks last year, I believe. And you can fact check me on that. I believe it was around 8 sacks he had. So,
yeah, they all doing better than Law. So let me pull up Law. Go ahead.
Yeah. So look, man, the dude is not a bad player. So if you say, yeah, give him some more pass rushing reps. Oh, he just to go stand up, be mad. He ain't. All right. But look,
I was wondering he did that.
You can say that, but you can't say, this is my only contention. You can't say, hey, snatch all his reps and give him the Fowler, right? That's not right. Because the dude has been productive. But if you want to mix him in, get the man some more reps, I understand.
More reps, please. Yeah.
We got to fight on this one, bro. We got to fight on this, bro. I can't even believe what you just did, bro. I can't believe what you did, because we already been through this, OC. We talked about these old clean-up ass sacks, man. Dog, I ain't trying to get no clean-up sacks. When you go look at, now I don't care about no stats with Armstrong. The film and everything says that Fowler is way better. I don't care about it not being exact. And see, OC, you my dog, but that ain't how campaigns work, bro. When we making a campaign about Fowler, you don't make the case for Armstrong. I'm sorry. That ain't how campaigns work. When I'm making I'm just being honest with you. When we trying to get the better player on the field, you don't make the case for the inferior player. You just don't. Even if it's not exactly the same. It don't have to be exactly the same. It's the fact that I'm trying to get an inch better, OC. I just want to get better. I know they not the same, bro. I can't believe what you just did, OC. You made a case for front office. I'm out of here, man. Hey, J Tuck, Law, y'all got it, bro. Y'all can produce. The OC done lost his damn mind. I'm out.
Boss Cowboy, and you cannot tell him to take all the man's reps and mess up his money because you want to see Fowler, because you have an affinity and a man crush on Fowler. I'm sorry, bro. Armstrong is playing some good football. Your boy ain't playing bad, and you ain't gonna get me to lie to all the people and make the people upset because acting like this man Armstrong ain't playing some football. The man playing pretty doggone good. Give Fowler some more reps. You can't take Armstrong reps. Go ahead, Tuck. You can't take the man all the reps.
I ain't listening to nothing you said, bro. I'm like so disappointed in you right now. I promise you. Did you see me take a man, bro?
Did you really just say Armstrong is Fowler?
No, I did not. You're putting words in my
No,
mouth.
what you said is it's not exactly the same. Listen, all right, let's rewind this. Rewind. Let's just start this over.
I think OC's saying that it's not a huge separation between the two. Like, it's not like Armstrong is playing bad and then Fowler is up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of see
it's not like a Galloping Cook.
And listen,
it's not
I know what he's saying.
Situation.
And I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that it's that wild of a discrepancy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying one guy is better, and I want every inch that can get us better before we play San Fran. Because at our current rate, we go up against San Fran with 90% of our roster, and that's what I mean by that. Let me just be clear on that.
Hey, inches matter.
Inches matter.
Hella pause, dog. Pause that. Pause all that, bro.
OC over here, man. OC, man, I'm mad at you, bro. You got me real pissed right now, bro.
Man, bro, look. I am a truth teller. I am not a soothsayer. And all I'm gonna tell you,
everybody put inches matter in the chat, man.
Inches matter.
There y'all go, man. Ruin the show, man. Ruin the show. Go ahead. Whatever, man. Go ahead.
But let me slow down. I know we having fun, but this is a serious conversation.
I think we too crowded at that spot because now Parsons, that's what he pissed off at. I can tell y'all, man. I think Parsons is like, well, hey, because Sam Williams, put it like this, Sam Williams not playing bad on the edge. Fowler's not playing bad on the edge. Armstrong, and I'm looking at all of the numbers there, and D-Law is not playing bad. So how you gonna figure this out, boss? What would be your game plan?
I'm going with the guy for sure that's giving me the best ratio. Yes. Is it a big gap? Actually, it is. Because I looked at this last year, bruh. You know, like, yes, DA is playing good, yes, but he is not impactful, like, in terms of athletic sacks and pressures. I see mostly cleanup. I see a hustle guy, and I appreciate it. But this is what I'm saying. When you go up against San Fran, everybody lined up over there go be the best. It's not gonna be no politics. So this is how the Cowboys work. We'll have dog, puppy. Dog. This is an example of that. All these dogs, and we'll sneak a pet cat, Anthony Brown. You know what I mean? That's what we'll do. Or we'll have a pet cat LVE out there who don't belong out there. And that's where you have 90. But when you walk up on San Fran, everybody over there gonna be like, I earned my job. And see, I'm gonna say this too.
Hey, San Fran ain't gonna put Chase Young on the bench and put Randy Gregory there because Randy Gregory was first. They're gonna have Chase Young, they're gonna have Hargraves, they're gonna have Armstead, and then they're gonna have Bosa. Right. They're not finna say, well, we drafted Kinlaw. Right. Let's put Kinlaw in front of let's say Armstead or Hargraves. Yeah. I feel what you're saying.
And then we get cocky because we beating up on New York. It ain't about New York. It's about that you just lost to Philly by inches and you still playing these games. See, like, after you lost to Philly, when somebody asks you about Brandon Cooks, that's not the time to bring up Micah Gallups. That's telling me they haven't given up on their philosophy, bro. And it's
you know, that's the most important thing is if you pick them, you got to use them.
They still doing it. And it's one of those things to where I think we got to continue to call them out, man. Because, see, Law is right. And this is the last part I'm going to say about this. That's super important. When you go against a team like San Fran and Philly, where all 11 guys earn their position, what do you think the morale of that team is like?
You got to be on go.
Everybody is like for each other because they know everybody earned it. But when you on the Dallas Cowboys, let's keep it real, bro. You don't think them players know some of them dudes snuck up on there because they favorites? You don't think some of them people sitting up here saying, why y'all keep giving Schoon all these targets? Mm-hmm. What is our morale like? See, when you play these games, you playing with morale too. And I don't want to go against a team where they all together. They believe in each other and they got the boom box and they walking step by step like, let's go. And then you got 90% of us like, let's go. And 10% of us freeloading.
Hey, cool. I do agree with one of my people that's in the chat. He says put D-Law on third rotation instead of first. What's your thoughts on that?
I like it. Especially on pass rush.
You keep them fresh too.
I like it.
Oh man, I love that. I ain't even must think of it. Put D-Law on
it depends on the situation. Rundowns, I want to go with Tank.
He's such a great run defender, dude.
Yeah, on rundowns, I'm going with Tank. On passing,
you can still lose a lot, bro.
I'm just saying, But D-Law, that's tough one though. He had the less sack production though. I think. But now teams tend to try to start off and run on us first though.
Yeah,
right. But I wouldn't mind testing it out this week.
Yeah. Man.
Hold on. Let's be careful though. Hubbard can run that. Chubba Hubbard, whatever that kid name.
Yeah.
He run. Yeah. He's a runner. They got some runners on that team.
Speaking of the Panthers, this is
it's a sneak team, sneaky.
Now I was gonna say this is the type of game you should treat like preseason.
See, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that philosophy because I said that same thing last week.
Break it down. They don't want to hear it. Talk us into it. Let's just talk ball to him, big dog.
So my whole conversation was, okay, we know the situation. This is before Mike McCarthy even spoke on it. But when it came to Tyron Smith, especially after he played versus Philly, my idea was like, okay, you rest him throughout the week through practice, and you maybe give him a quarter, 2 quarters versus the Giants, and then you let Awesome Richards get reps at left tackle because if something happens to either Terrence or to Tyron, Awesome or Chima Udoga is going to need to get those reps. So you got to treat it like a preseason game and let these younger boys kind of get, no, Tuck, you can't do that. You got to play full out. You can never take a division opponent, saying all Twitter. But sometimes you got to be strategic. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strategic.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? You got to know that, hey, the way that Tyron is playing, and we are in week 11, you have to put him in a protective case. And he's coming off a neck injury with a stinger. I am not going to have him playing four quarters versus the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, listen, I want to get my young guys battle tested. So this upcoming game, this is where I would maybe try to get more Izzy Mukwamu out there, get more Wanye out there. Hell, you know what I'm saying? And hell, I even said I would activate Trey Lance over Cooper Rush because
I love you, Tuck. I love you.
Because if something was to happen,
pause.
Okay.
No. I was saying because I said I love you, kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hit the pause.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
I had to hit the pause. I was because he kind of sounded kind of.
But yeah, if something unfortunate was to happen, Trey Lance is going to have to be the one who can continue to keep this thing afloat. So why not give him the opportunity to get those reps? We don't need those. We didn't need those reps Sunday from Cooper Rush. We need those from Trey Lance. So I would definitely go out there and try to utilize it. But, you got to take advantage. When the season provides you, quote unquote, preseason games, you got to use things, got to work on it and get the younger guys ready because you never know you're going to need down the road.
I see that Zavala kid that my guy was talking about. Zavala's on that team. Hayden Hurst is on that team. Hubbard and Adam Thielen. Those are your weapon guys. And then, of course, Mingo. Yup. And then when they go to let's say 12 personnel, you got Trimble. So any of these guys that you think that can give us a little threat? This team did beat the other CJ Stroud. I guess the Texans, where everybody's saying that the Texans are hot. This team did beat that team. So
no, we got to take them serious. But can I jump in here real quick unless somebody has something because I already know what I'm gonna say. Let me jump in real quick.
Go ahead.
And we need your picture back.
Okay, I got you. Get on.
Tuck, I have no idea why anybody would fight what you saying, bro. I have no idea. I have no idea why anybody fought you on that. First of all, if you really watch this team, we've already done what Tuck is talking about.
Right.
Like where we use real games like preseason preparing for the playoffs. We did that last year. What do y'all think they was doing at corner 3? That's exactly what they was doing in real games. Where they was using real games to try to figure out who gonna be the best the best person for the playoffs. So it is a point to where you start transitioning and kind of knowing your team and knowing that we have the advantage over this team. Let's prepare some of these guys for emergencies in case we need them. I have no idea why that's so like taboo. But then to go back what you said on Trey Lance, why that's so genius and why I don't know why fans are fighting what Tuck said. That's genius what Tuck said. Because it's another reason why you should do it. What kind of draft capital did we get or get offered for Cooper Rush going 4-1?
Right.
Now, if you let Trey Lance go out there and put up, see, people forgot Jimmy Garoppolo. He only played 4 games for New England, but he put up some good film, and guess what? They got a second rounder for him.
Right.
It's also the business reasons why you should play Trey Lance so that you can build some potential leverage in a trade opportunity.
Another thing, boss. Remember, Cooper Rush hit the market this year. No one signed him. He came right back.
That's what I'm saying.
You're also coming up on consideration for the 5th-year option for Trey Lance. So you got to know what you're about to pay for if you're going to pay or move on. So yeah, sure. Why not build up his value and dump him for it too? Especially when we got limited draft picks already.
I'm not understanding all these people that's like they coddling Cooper Rush. Oh no, Trey Lance. Oh no, y'all need to just let him stay put and let him learn. How do you think you learn? What did Dan Quinn say last year? He said you don't know what these guys can do until you what?
Right.
Play them. Yeah.
Until you play them. But then we got fans who think that you get better by staying on the bench.
Right.
Well, one thing I was going to share is that I love the Trey Lance ideal in the second half. The only governor about the ideal is that we need to have a similar first half that we did against the Giants.
Right.
If we come out and we put up 21, 28 points versus this team and we just blowing their gates off, then hey man, great. Let's roll the twos, let's experiment, but also obviously we're taking Dak Prescott out of the game. And I love the Trey Lance idea because I would love to see him throw for 200 yards and a couple touchdowns and a half of football, because not only is the draft capital insured and his value goes up, it does one other critical and very important thing. It ensures that Dak Prescott stays hot. It will ensure that Dak Prescott stays hot. And that's the psychological reason why I would love to see him go out and put out a good performance, at least for half of football.
And ain't that what they brought him in for anyway, to put leverage on Dak Prescott to sign this cheap deal?
Yep.
So why should they have him back there holding a clipboard?
What we
like
doing?
It makes no sense to me.
It makes no sense.
Because this wasn't a football move, because we went and signed this boy right after we saw what Will Greer did in the preseason. And we could have had Will Greer as preseason, or QB3, and would have been perfectly fine. So they wouldn't have made this move from a financial standpoint. So why not apply a little pressure? Because right now, if you're trying to play the leverage game versus Dak Prescott, he kicking y'all teeth in.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, that is winning on that, But to be just to be a little devil's advocate, I think that Mike McCarthy also did something similar to what Bill Belichick did with Matt Flynn, right? He was able to get draft capital for Matt Flynn. So I would say this though, I didn't think that the reason why Cooper Rush, there wasn't really no value attached to it because he was a free agent. And of course, he was 5-1 as a starter collectively. And they was probably trying to see if he can have a clean look in this particular game, go down there without that INT. Maybe then you can say, hey, here's a guy that when his number is called, he's 5-1. Plus, look at that drive right there. And maybe you can shop him, because what they did with Cooper Rush is I think that he's under a 2-year deal, right? He's not under a 1-year deal. He's under a 2-year. Did they sign him for 2 years?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
And maybe they're trying to trade off him for something, get something back in return. Maybe that's
if you can't get nothing when he went 4-1, you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
You tried though. I appreciate it. That was a good effort. I appreciate it.
Remember, Law, he went to New York with Jason Garrett, and they sent him back home to us. You know what I'm saying? So there's no market value for Cooper Rush. Yeah. The only reason there was any talks about Cooper Rush is because they were trying to create a lazy narrative versus Dak Prescott. If Cooper Rush is the market today, he is nobody starting quarterback in the NFL. Period. He's not even. He wouldn't even get the job over Josh Dobbs.
Just to be a devil's advocate, I think that Cooper Rush is better than Daniel Jones and DeVito. I think the Giants would want to have him back.
I don't even think DeVito. They probably just roll with DeVito, man. But where Trey Lance was on that market, there would be value. So and here's the thing: if something unfortunate was to happen, and we're going to try to keep things afloat, it's not going to be Cooper Rush. They're going to easily go to Trey Lance. So you better get him prepared for it. I don't understand the Cowboys' philosophy. So this whole idea where he don't sit and hold the clipboard and learn in the classroom all year,
no,
that's not the case.
That's not the case.
That's not the case.
Nope.
And they're going to hold Dak feet to the fire all the way through all offseason. Y'all know, man, we're going to be talking about this.
You can't do nothing when your quarterback is considered the most valuable player out of the whole NFL. You listen, Tuck is right. Yeah. Like front office is greatly losing right now. You might as well try to get your money back. Let me say that again. You might as well try to get your money back.
Right. Yeah, you try to play a game, it ain't work out. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
try to get your fourth round back.
Yeah, go get a little third and just move on.
You lose it. You lose it.
Hey, for those stretch of games, those stretch of games that the 49ers lost, my brother, I said, hey, I'll give you back Trey Lance for a second, in the third. And he was like, hell yeah, he'll take it. But see, that goes to show you, Brock Purdy didn't look like Brock Purdy without Trent Williams and Debo. So can you imagine? You see, people fail to realize that it takes a complete team sometimes. And he was like, it wasn't just him. It was a multitude of other Niners fans saying, damn, they wanted Trey Lance back,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They didn't want, a lot of Niners fans didn't want to move on from Trey Lance. They still mad about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of them still mad about Trey Lance got away. I ain't never see so many Niner people say, y'all take care of my guy.
Yeah, right. They was all calling, man. Take care of him, man. Y'all got a good one, man.
Y'all got a good one, man. You'll get out of here.
I'm gonna keep his jersey. I'm gonna keep his jersey over here.
Kick rocks. Kick all the rocks. So I keep seeing people talk about, obviously the third quarterback and the injury rule. What we saying is make Cooper Rush the third quarterback. That's what we said.
The injury rule, right?
Put the injury rule on him and make Trey Lance the number 2 quarterback. That's what you do. Yeah. So we already understand that injury rule. We saying flip it. That's all we saying. Flip it, make it the announcement, and more so because of the upside of Trey Lance, bro. Bigger arm, smart, was considered like the closest thing to Dak.
Nice. Leg talent.
What'd you say, OC?
Fast. Boy can run.
And fast.
Right.
But no, we need to no. Let's go. Let's stay with Cooper Rush. Let's just what? What's y'all talking about?
Yeah, Cooper Rush had a run game. Cooper Rush had a run game that's absent in Dallas, y'all. So that was saved Cooper Rush last year is no longer there. So
can y'all handle one more topic? Can y'all handle one more?
Since Jay Tuck and you are both draft guys, did y'all have him higher than CJ Stroud? I'm talking about Trey Lance. Where y'all had?
It was.
They was different classes. They was different classes.
No, different classes. But I'm talking about your draft grade completely.
Nah, not higher than CJ Stroud.
Oh no, CJ. I had CJ higher.
No, CJ was higher.
I had CJ my number 1. That's all.
I think I had
you
Trey.
To the Panthers.
I think I had Trey as quarterback 2, or I'm trying to remember. He was either 2 or 3. I think I had T-Law, and then I think I had Lance, then Fields. And then I had Zach Wilson and Mac Jones.
I had Wilson. I think I had Zach.
Oh, so you had Trey? You had Trey over Fields, though, right?
I'm trying to remember. I think I had Trey Lance.
I know.
I think I had Trey Lance over Fields.
I think I had Trey Lance about 5. And my question with him was my question with him was the talent he was going against.
Right.
Versus everybody else was going against, NFL talent occasionally, so it was easier to grade. He was too much of a project for me to be just that optimistic, But you can see the traits. You know what I mean? You can
Who
see
you
that.
had his comp as? Who you had as comp as? If you do comps.
I don't know nobody really like Trey, bro. I think Dak the closest thing. And he got a bigger arm than Dak.
He's
now,
very.
Now, hold on. I heard that C.J. Stroud was that comp. People had a lot of comping C.J. Stroud to Dak. I'm gonna find.
I can see it. I can see it in terms of the accuracy. I can see that.
Yep.
I can see it. Yeah,
I think CJ was a much better passer of the ball than coming out of college. Like now, maybe comparing to
coming out of college.
Dak. Yeah.
That's how they made that
CJ
to now Dak, not Dak's comp as it relates to his Mississippi State. Yeah.
Now CJ is that dude, bro. Ain't no use of hating. That dude is that dude, and this is another reason why the draft community was over here talking about his Wonder League score. His Wonder League. Man, if y'all don't, I was like, bro, I swear the draft community, they talk themselves out of good picks all the time. They do it every year. They talk themselves out of it.
When I asked the question, like, are y'all sure that Bryce Young is quarterback one? I'm like, nah, bro.
What do y'all three have Bryce Young at?
Bryce Young
on y'all draft board.
I had him 2.
I had him 2.
I had him 3 because I had Anderson and then I had Jalen Carter's my top 2, I think. Then Bryce Young.
Okay.
No. He's talking about quarterbacks.
Oh, quarterback.
All your quarterback.
I think I
Chuck thinking about the draft list.
I'm trying to pull up my whole list. Yeah.
Yeah, good memory,
it's like
man.
draft is like a complete test. You study for it, and when you're done with it, you're done with it.
You trash it. That's true.
You throw that thing away. Yeah.
I write a whole book and forget about it. I'd be like, oh, I did put that dude in my book. But
I remember. I think I went with CJ as quarterback 1.
Yeah. Hey,
no, I went Bryce. I went Bryce.
I gotta show y'all this real quick. So I had some, cause I finally got sick of everybody, cause right. So obviously we did a film breakdown on Steele from the Philly game, and my take on it was that it's a major panic. Right? Was it a good game? No. Right? But it wasn't how it was being inflated. So it was a lot of people that was doing what I call stat analysis, where they would read PFF, and from what they read on PFF, they looked at it like, oh, okay, he's trash. He gave up 12 pressures. So I just gone put out there to YouTube as well as Twitter, and I got nobody who could do it. I said I will pay, and this goes for everybody who watching tonight. I said I will pay you $100 if you could show me the film of 12 real pressures that Steele calls versus Philly.
Now, boss, they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but you know what's funny, Tuck? Some of them tried, and you know what happened? They came back like, it ain't 12. It's not 12 there. You know what I mean? But it was a whole lot of people like this dude, Boss is clowning y'all because he did stat analysis. He looked at PFF. This is my point. Don't trust no third-party graders alone. This is not to knock y'all.
No. Well, let me say this, though. The heat that Steele got on Philly's week, I think that he need a round of applause for this week.
Yes.
He had pancakes and syrup and jelly. He was pancaking everybody, throwing them all over the ground. You saw that play? Man. I was like, damn, look, that's angry Steele. God, no.
And I knew he was going to do it.
All over the Giants. Huh?
I knew he was going to do it. I said, what does Steele always do after a bad game?
Bounce back.
Yeah. He bounced back. So I think that, for the people, and I get it, people want to sleep on the Giants' defensive front. But I know a third of the people right now would give away a spleen for Thibodeau and would give away something to have that big boy down inside over here. You know what I'm saying? Daxter Lawrence. So they still had guys that can get off on the LOS and still did a great job, man. So kudos and credence for him in this particular game. And let's see if he can continue to stack them together and keep things going. Keep in mind, against the Philly team, yeah, he played good and he played pretty well, but on those last stretches, allowing those sacks, those things that kind of hurt, and Dak Prescott evading and trying to make plays too, kind of avoided some situations and causes some things to happen.
It did.
So yeah, it's a situation and scenario that we got to just block it up better. And I saw the Cowboys. They stuck to their guns. They went back to empty inside their own 20, and this time they executed. Right, so I'm quite sure when we play the doggone Eagles at our home, they're gonna still do their same philosophy and principles.
And my big point is this. This is my point. Do your own homework. It's too many people, and this is the problem with that. It creates a mob mentality, and you gotta also know that even reputable companies like PFF will bend the truth for clicks. See, our fans ain't figured that out yet. You ain't figured out that the Cowboys always get the worst grades with PFF. Y'all ain't figured that out.
And I remember, if you go back to the whole Trayvon Diggs gives up too many yardage thing. I did a whole video breakdown and showing the PFF grades, right? And y'all remember the game versus the Panthers, actually, where he had 2 interceptions, should have been 3. And guess what his grade was? He got an F. They gave him a 43%. Great. Now, how do you have 2 interceptions, should have been 3, but almost, I think he set like the third quarter or something like that, because we were already up. You know what I'm saying? He had the punt return too. And they still gave him an F because he covered DJ Moore on a deep crossing route that was man coverage all the way across the field, and DJ Moore broke and scored. And that's what they gave him an F for. And what they called it, they said his interceptions are just highlights, that he doesn't get credit for interception.
Well, let me just say
but that's
this.
That's who they trust, Tuck.
Let me say this, though. Well, hey. PFF showed some love to Mozzie, though. He's the highest graded defensive tackle rookie this particular last week. Yeah! So round of applause they had Mozzie.
Hell no. I ain't clapping for them. Yeah! No, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it, Law.
Any one of us can submit an application. Any one of us can submit an application.
I'm gonna say it like this. But this is my point.
He got in the backfield.
When I don't trust you, I just don't trust you.
There was a sighting, Law. There was a sighting. There was a Mozzie sighting.
It was a Mozzie sighting, man. He had 3 tackles. He had 3 tackles. I think he had 3 tackles for 2 tackles for loss. When y'all pull up the tape,
Mozzie balling. But my point is, I would never go to PFF on grades good or bad. And when I say never, I mean never.
Yeah.
No. I don't reference them. Nobody has ever heard me ever say, well, the PFF grade on this. You ain't never one time heard me say that. Not one time since I've been doing content. Not even once. Right. Good or bad.
Right. Diggs trash. Worst corner. He wasn't. I don't think he was a top 10 corner that year. PFF wrote articles. So interceptions, highlight plays.
You know what people was saying? You know what people was basically saying to me? Oh, boss, you just a YouTuber. Shut up. I trust them. As they're lying to you. You trust a liar.
This is what
the person who telling you the truth, you don't trust.
Here's the thing. I know YouTubers who a lot of us are familiar with who grade for PFF. I could go grade for. I could become a PFF grader tonight if I wanted to.
Dang.
Like I know the process. I know people who work for PFF.
They need to fire them people.
When they tell me the philosophy and some of the things that they look at,
goofy.
I'm just like, all right. So what they'll do is you apply for a job. They'll put you to a test. If you pass the test, they'll say, okay, you can come on and grade. And then they'll give you some film and you watch it and you sit in your little house, whether you never played football in your life, and you sit back and get to grade NFL players. So if I wanted to sit back and make Jalen Carter the worst graded rookie of this year's class, then I can sit back there and do so. I should do it. It would be hilarious, but
you should. You should.
But there are good things from PFF, but think of
the tangible
PFF
things.
Grades. Think of PFF grades as like Madden ratings, same thing.
I agree.
Perfect illustration.
Next gen stats is a real good one.
Now, next gen, I rock with next gen.
That's different. I like them.
That's different.
Like them.
Next gen, I rock with them. I actually will reference them. So if they say the average separation is X, I rock with that. You know what I mean? You know, if they say Dak threw this many times in this particular location, I'm gonna rock with that. You know what I mean?
They do their homework
and they chart it. They chart it.
Yeah,
and when you click on it, you actually see exactly what they charted. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't.
And that's what my guy. That's what my guy first got his statement from. My guy Okoye. He said, "Prove it with the film."
Yep.
So when we was having like our miniature debates when we were first doing this, he would literally pull it up and he'll prove it with the film and say, "Well, hey, here you go, Lau." And then my guy Voch Lombardi, when he was doing film analysis and stuff like that, he would say, "Well, yeah, PFF is cool to reference, but they don't show their work.
Nope.
We finna show our work." And then and that's when we was doing these film things. But you know how it is now that film sessions are pretty much now everybody doing them, you know. But go ahead, y'all. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get it to the final word so I can get on eat my turkey. I got a slow cooked turkey going.
Ooh, wee. Slice it thin. Put it on some white bread, bro. Squeeze it together.
I say this, man. We are at the midway point. I'm happy what we're seeing with our offense on the midway point. I still know we have a very good team. I don't have no trust. I don't. I still see too many games. When I see competition for Jordan Lewis, I'm gonna have some trust. When I see Fowler getting more reps than Armstrong, I'm gonna have more trust. When I see and when they ask a question about Cook and you don't bring up Michael Gallup, then I'm gonna have more trust. Because I have a bad sense that we still are trying to force that philosophy. What philosophy, boss? The philosophy of building your team through the draft and overly aggressively playing your younger guys. And to Tuck point, being reverse cheap to where the guys you paid, you force them out there. Whether they had a broken leg, ACL, you paid them, you play them. See, when you have that type of goofy philosophy, you getting ready to run up on some teams that don't play them games. See, I'm impressed with beating the Giants, but I would be more impressed if you whoop Philly. I would be more impressed when you whoop San Fran. But I'm going to tell you, don't run up on Philly with 90% of your guys, 10% of them on a team for politics, 90% of them earned it. No, when you go against Philly and San Fran, they gonna be sitting there with all of their best, all battle tested and morale sky high. Dallas, don't fool yourself and think these old games you playing go get you over, because it's gonna end up being the same thing it's always been. 3 playoff wins in 20 plus years. That is my final word. Who want to go next?
I'll go. One, I say, damn, Law. Now you reminded me of how much work I got to do on drafts. These guys pulled up my old draft sheets. Like, oh, so we got to get to work. But yeah, I got some work to do. I'm gonna start next week. But I'll say, overall, I feel good about this season. Like I said earlier, y'all, I feel like we're going to be battle tested. We still got a lot of football to play. But the thing that I love the most is that we're able to take some of our faults and put the ego to the side and prepare and get better. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team as a whole unit, right? They're coming together offensively, defensively, even from a special team standpoint. The main thing is just staying healthy. So, Cowboys Nation, let's lose these next few weeks, prepare, work on things, because we got a gauntlet and a lot of people are not talking about. I know a lot of people got that Eagles game on December 10th circle, but then you still got some killers after that. I mean, when we got the Seahawks before that, you got the Lions, you got the Dolphins, you got the Bills, the list goes on and on. So week by week, check off the boxes, but ultimately we're trying to build a championship team. I like the culture, I like the focus, I like the mindset, and I think this team's going to continue to ride this wave behind our quarterback, and we're going to be all right, Cowboys Nation. That's my final word.
Yeah, man, I think that overall the Cowboys are in a good position. Good win versus the Giants. Got another game coming up that should be a gimme game if you come out and you take care of your business. The tail and the end of the story with the Cowboys is going to be determined by how well they play in the fourth quarter of this season, that last month of the season, and can they enter into the playoffs being a hot team. If the Cowboys enter the playoffs being a hot team with some signature wins versus really good teams at the end of the year, then the sky's the limit. We'll probably end up being in the Super Bowl. So overall, hey, things are looking up. There's always some things we can improve. I think the Cowboys are really in a great position, and they can control their own destiny by what they do in these games and finishing the season strong. That's my final word.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Yes, indeed. I just tweeted out a picture. And I know we on the final word, but if you could pull that up.
Super chats.
Oh, okay. We can do the super chat. Let me see.
My bad. Before you do your my bad, bro. I almost forgot about that.
I got one super chat today, and it's Uncle Elroy with the $2 super chat, and he says, "Law, it's time to give Rico more touches too." And I 1,000,000% back that up and agree with that. Speaking of that, go ahead and read your super chat.
So Gary Brown said Dante Fowler makes a great impact when he's on the field more than Armstrong. There's an uptick on D when Fowler is being the dog on the field, and I 100% agree with that. Amp Sports also that's Amp's new logo. He's getting ready to launch his new channel, man. I'm excited about that, man. Shout out to Amp. He been building his channel like Noah. Like Noah bit the ark. Yeah. He just taking his sweet time, but that thing is gonna be fly when he kick it off. He say enough is enough. The time is now. Start the movement. Hashtag press the Joneses. Press. Promote responses that effectively support success. Oh, Amp going crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
Boy,
bars.
He going bars. He said, "Stop the cap, controlling ass practices." Ooh, and then he said, "Man, Amp in here going crazy." He said, "Counsel corporate culture." And he gave $20 on top of that.
20 of them, man. Appreciate you, Amp.
Damn,
that's what I'm talking about right there.
And he said, and then Gary again with a super chat. He said the Cowboys have to maintain the mindset where they are the hunters in terms of respect against top shelf teams. Yeah. And he said, like Philly, San Fran, and maybe but I don't see us hunting right now. I see us over here playing games. I'm just being honest. I don't see no hunting. But then Dwayne Moore said, he said, "Boss, I don't think Dak is elite, but I think he can be. I would say Dak is the only QB with a governor holding him back." Man. And the OC talked about that governor. So, man, it's on you, Law, on the final word, bro.
No doubt. I just want to show this chart right here. I know I'm showing a lot of chart, but if you can see, what do you see, Boss Cowboy?
I see success running to the left.
Who's on the left side, man? Can you help me out? I'm trying to figure it out. Who's on that left side?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hit the wrong button. It showed us. So hold on. Here we go. Who's on that left side right there? You got 12
Tyler
carries
Smith.
for 79 yards.
Yep. Tyler Smith. I would also say it's a lot of success coming from that middle. So that would say Tyler Biadasz. And when I'm looking at the fact that who he was going against also, that's very impressive. That says that the offensive line is probably starting to gel. If I'm trying to do an analysis based off this chart and looking at Rico and his success, I would say that the offensive line, and the OC said this was going to likely happen. He said the more they play together, the better they go get. I'm seeing a lot of success on that left and in the middle. It looks like that right side is struggling if I'm just grading it from a chart.
Different chart view. Yes, indeed. So I've seen a lot of people say, "Hey, man, just free Rico as well." I say a combination of using both backs will work. But when you see that, The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Write that down. So the Cowboys just need to understand to open up their minds, utilize the things that got us there when we get into the red zone, money zone, green zone. Utilize the guy that got you there. Continue to figure this thing out. And like you said, I do love the philosophy of you saying that, hey, when we playing against those good teams, they use 100 and 110%. Don't us get out here and start using 85 and 90 and try to keep these egos up in check, because egos mean this, edging God out. Write that down. So what we need to do is play a full game, play a complete game, destroy the Panthers. I get it. A lot of people talk about those stretch of games that we have to play. But check this out. The flavor and the savor of this particular stretch of games are we played the Washington at home. We played the Seattle Seahawks at home, and then the Eagles at home. They gave us 3 home games in a row. So we win with this momentum coming from Panthers land. We got 3 games in a row. We take care of that. And of course, we go on 2 away games, I believe the Bills and the Miami Dolphins, but everything else will work its way out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue to grind and shine. That's my final word. Open your minds up, Cowboy Nation. DC for life, not for short. Salute.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
It's time to
Let's go.
Let's go. What Dak be saying? Here we go.
Yeah.
I just wanna run it up.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Spartans.
I've been really in the
Prepare
field.
for glory.
I love the feel lately. I just wanna run it up.
Let's go.
Don't need no deals. I make the deal. Have to take it to.
And if it was up to me, if it was up to little old me to make a pick,
You're right on
it would probably go a little something like
that
this.
pick worked out, didn't it?
And with the 17th pick of the
Took that
2020
music.
Dallas Cowboys NFL draft.
Hey, started
Dallas
from the
Cowboys
bottom, now we here.
Now we here.
CeeDee Lamb.
Let's go.
You were right about that kid.
He was right. And if Boss read this close, he right on this too. Look.
Boy, you on it.
I
That was
won't
the lottery
now.
numbers on, man.
I got it.
This could be a trade now.
We
We got
got
a trade. We got a trade.
BossCowboySports in the OC.
We got a trade.
I said this the place to move.
We were just sitting here talking
Now,
Justin
listen,
Fields.
I said it loud and clear. This is
God,
the place
to
to
the
move down.
Go hard. Go home. Go home. Go hard. Go hard. Go home. Go hard. Go hard. Go home. Go home. Go hard. Go hard. Go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard. Go hard. Go home. Go hard. Go.
I love Parsons as a rush defensive end, right? If you draft him and you put him on the end, turn him into another DeMarcus Ware. Let him rush the quarterback, get upfield, and create damage to the other opposing offense.
We got the
look,
pick.
man, here it is.
We got the pick.
Yeah, this gotta be Parsons. Like, Parsons the best player available.
Go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down.
Hey, Tuck, I can't wait till these balls in town, bro.
Oh, yeah, it's going down.
Man, with DMV gonna be in town versus Philly. Who else gonna be in town?
Rome, Koye, everybody coming in for that one.
We all coming together, believe that. That's gonna be dope, bro. DMV, Okoye, Tuck, man, Rome, Law. I don't know if we gonna be able to pull Law off that money table, but
we gonna figure out something, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Playground might slide on you. Don't be my might fly on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, go home, go home, go hard, go hard, go home,
Mega
go hard, go hard, go home, go home, touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard,